Well, drivers, July 1st just hit, and with that, it's coming with a stack of new laws, some of which is going to land directly on us truck drivers. We're talking CDL changes, cargo theft crackdowns, protest laws, speed cameras. All of it's going to drop all at once. And I guess what lockout men, myself, what I'm going to do for you, I'm going to help you understand exactly what it means for you drivers out here that's running these streets out here.
You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Starting with Idaho, man. Idaho is done. Finito. Finished. They're done issuing non-domicile CDLs and learners permit. Done. So drivers, potential drivers, new drivers, anybody that's interested in getting a CDL in Idaho, you gotta actually live in that state in order to get your CDL. See, let me tell you something. Feds have been putting the pressure on these states for a while now over these non-domicile CDL practices. See, Idaho, they just decided to close the door on that completely. Next up is the great state of Ohio. Yes, Ohio, my great state. See, they're doing something very, very similar over here. See, they're auditing non-domicile CDL holders right now, and about 1,200 licenses has already been downgraded. Ohio, they said another wave of downgrades are coming soon. Drivers, if you're holding a CDL from a state that you don't actually live in, you need to pay attention. Get your CDL squared away right now, squared away in the actual state of your domicile before somebody else makes that decision for you. See, people out here playing games out here, man. They're trying to game the system. A lot of drivers just found an easier way to get their license in a different state for whatever reason. Either way it goes, though, that window for at least Ohio and Idaho, that window is closing fast, drivers. Next up, Tennessee. See, let me tell you something. Tennessee put some actual teeth in the cargo theft law. And this one may be a big deal for the industry. Let me explain. Organized freight theft, fake carrier schemes, fraudulent load rerouting, unauthorized cargo transfers, all of it now carries tougher criminal penalties for anybody that's thinking about doing some cargo theft. And drivers, let me tell you something. Here's the part that matters the most. Law enforcement is now required to investigate every cargo theft report, every one of them. See, if Tennessee actually enforced this right here, that's the real question. Will they be able to enforce it? Because if they able to, this could set a standard right now. Cargo theft been exploding. Look at what's been going on with it. Double brokering schemes, identity theft of carrier authorities, fake pickup orders, you name it. And listen, who do you think gets accused when that happens, right? Let me give you a minute to think about it. The driver. Yes, sir, the driver. The driver gets accused. A lot of drivers report cargo theft and it actually goes nowhere. Like when they call it up and they be like, look, this what happened. Nothing happens. No report happens. Well, a report has to come out, right? They're going to have to come out to report it. But does it get investigated? Because if cargo theft happens in one state, you have to call that state in order to make that report. Let's say the cargo theft happened in Missouri and you didn't find out until you got the PA. Now you don't know what happened between Missouri and PA. You call the cops here in PA and try to report a theft. They can't do nothing because the theft happened in Missouri. So you had to call Missouri to actually make the theft. But this situation right here been costing the industry billions. Now, the law is only good as the enforcement. At a minimum, now there is a legal obligation to investigate the whole thing through. Next up, Colorado. Colorado doubled the license points for illegal passing in a no passing zone. Drivers, this used to be a 4-point thing. Now it's 8, plus a mandatory $100 fine on top of whatever the ticket cost is. Now, I know what you're about to say, drivers, and I get it, I understand it, because for regular drivers, that could get annoying for them. But for us truck drivers, us CDL holders, that's a different kind of serious right there. See, points on a commercial license hits different. And it doesn't, let me tell you again, it doesn't take much to put your livelihood at risk. See, if you've been rolling the dice on a pass in a no passing zone, just know, drivers, that Colorado just made that gamble a lot more expensive for you. Next up, Georgia. Georgia just passed a law targeting protesters who've been blocking the highways. Fines for them up to $5,000 and quite possibly some jail time. Now, drivers, you've seen some videos as of late of protesters blocking the streets where drivers need to get access into buildings and stuff like that. And I'm not sure if you guys remember, I'm not sure if it was during COVID, but I know it was like a couple of years ago. And I think it was up in Minnesota, I think, where all those people came on the highway and literally shut the highway down. I think a driver tried to squeeze past there, but I think they overcame the truck, and I'm not sure what happened. But if I find the video, I will put it in the description, or I'll probably link it here in post. That's if I can find it. I gotta go and probably find it though. But for them, for the protesters, they're gonna get hit with a $5,000 fine and quite possibly jail time for doing what they did. Now look, from a trucking standpoint, the highways being blocked is a real operational problem for us. Again, like I said, I've seen it. I've seen it happen. You're sitting there with a loaded trailer, time-sensitive freight, and you're going nowhere because a group of people decided to parlay in the middle of the intersection, and they thought it was a good idea to make a point right then and there. See, supporters of this law right here, they say it's about keeping the roads open and clear and safe. But critics on this side, though, they said that it restricts the right to protest. Both of these things can be true at the same time. I don't know. But what I do know is if you're a driver sitting in that blockage, this law isn't going to get you moving any faster in that moment. But I guess for the long term, it just might actually deter this kind of disruption and pretty much keep the roads open. When the roads is open, right, it is better for everyone that the freight is still moving. Next is Virginia. Yes, sir. This one is actually good news for us drivers right here. Virginia changed the rules on work zone speed cameras. Going forward, drivers, cameras can only issue tickets when workers are physically present in a construction zone. Any new camera locations that the state decide to put up, it requires a 30-day warning before tickets start dropping. Plus, they got to put up additional signage. So what was happening before all of this, though? You're a truck driver driving in the work zone around 2 o'clock in the morning with nobody out there, literally. But you're getting fined for going 5 miles over in an empty construction zone that hasn't had work there for weeks. Now, they will say that's a safety thing, and I kind of agree with that. But it's a revenue operation, though. For real, for real. Virginia at least acknowledged that, right? Now, the camera has to be tied to an actual worker present in the construction zone. And to be honest, drivers, that's how it should work. It should work like that everywhere. You can protect workers by enforcing the rules when workers are actually there, not by running an automated camera 24/7 and calling that a safety program. But still, drivers, listen to what I'm saying. Listen and pay attention. It's still a good idea to take it slow in any construction zone, though. No matter if there are workers there or not. It doesn't matter what time of the day. It's always better to take it slow, drivers. Next, we got Mississippi. This one, a little different, but it still matters for the industry at a business level. Now, Mississippi requires that lawsuits that are being backed by foreign financial interests, meaning outside investor funding litigations, now they have to be reported to the state's attorney general. The target here, drivers, is litigation transparency, specifically around cases involving trucking companies. There's been a growing practice of foreign investors' fraud lawsuits against American trucking companies. See, they put the money in, the lawyers will go to work, and if there's a settlement or a verdict, they would get a cut. See, when that happens, these trucking companies have no idea who's actually behind the lawsuit. The argument for this law is that it exposed hidden interests that might be influencing litigation strategies. The argument against it is that it doesn't stop the lawsuits. It just makes the funding source visible. And for carriers, especially smaller ones, mom and pops, owner operators, those are the ones that often get hit with those nuclear verdicts, especially out of Florida. At least now, drivers, there's some visibility into who's actually coming after them and why.
Hold on.
So, drivers, I want to thank you very much for rocking out with your boy today. If you made it this far in the video, make sure you hit the like button. And if you like more of this type of content, make sure you hit the subscribe button. Engage with the video. Make sure you share the video with anybody that's interested in this type of content. I am over here at the Loves, the TA, and the Onvo truck stop cul-de-sac. Now, I like parking over here at the Onvo. It's always some truck parking over here. For real, for real. There's always some truck parking over here. Now over at that Love's right quick, I really can't tell, to be honest with you. It always fills up. Same thing with the TA. But there's another truck stop down the street too. They don't have that much parking, but here at the Envo, right over here off of 80, you'll see some definite good parking over here. All right, with that said, let's get back to the video. So check it out. 7 states, 7 laws, and all of this just hit July 1st. See, some of this is going to probably affect you depending on where you're going to be running at, right? It might not affect you as bad, but depending on where you're running, it might affect you. So Idaho and Ohio CDL changes, that immediate if you got a non-domicile license. Tennessee cargo theft law. Now, drivers, what I want you to do, I want you to pay attention to this one right here, especially if you're running flatbed or high value freight through Tennessee. Colorado passing zone penalties, straightforward. Pretty much just don't do it. Georgia's protest law, situational drivers, but it is kind of relevant, especially for us drivers that be going in these high protest areas. Virginia camera rules. Now that one right there is a natural win. And the Mississippi litigation disclosure. Now, drivers, I'm not sure, but I think it's more of a business and carrier story, but it is a part of a broader effort to wean in the lawsuit environment that's been definitely killing a lot of these small carriers as of late. Well, you see, the laws, they don't care if you about them or not. I'm just here to bring you the information. I'm about to go ahead and head into the Hegan Sun. See what I can do. Got $200 in my pocket, and I'm about to see if I can run up a bag right quick.